So you're trying to decide about buying a condo or townhome or a single family home as a first-time home buyer. I'm going to help you think about some of those pros and cons, and hopefully you'll make a really good decision for yourself. I'm Shaheedah Hill, getting you over the hill to home ownership and helping you confidently buy your first home. So let's talk about single family versus condo. So one of the pros to single family is you're not as close to your neighbors. There are no shared areas, shared walls, shared spaces for the most part. You're not connected to anyone. So that's a big pro of single family living, because whatever your neighbors are doing in a condo or a townhome, you'll likely be more impacted by than single family homes, where you have more space in between the homes. So a major advantage of single family is you're farther away from your neighbor, where with condos, a disadvantage is how close you are to people, right? And that could be an advantage for some people. Some people want to have people around them, especially if maybe they're single, that sort of thing. So that could be a pro for you as well. Number two is you have more control over your property if you're doing a single family purchase. So things that you want to do with your property, you're on a lot, you own that land. You don't have, we're sharing land, so your grass has to look a certain way maybe, and your shrubbery, whatever you're doing, has to look a certain way to match the neighborhood. Even if you're in an HOA for a single family area, generally speaking, there will be more rules with condos and townhomes than there will be with single family homes, because what one person does impacts more of the community because you're so attached than if one person does something in a single family community. So just be mindful of that. One of the other pros of single family is more square footage. Generally speaking, you're going to have a larger home if you buy a single family house versus a townhouse. And again, that could be a con or disadvantage for some people because they don't want to have to take care of so much space. But if you want more space, then you'll probably find more space with a single family home. Now, the cons of single family living is high maintenance. You're going to have to maintain the land that you're purchasing this single family on, mow the lawn, rake the leaves, take care of the trees. All of those things is going to be your responsibility. So you do want to check. If you are wanting a condo because of the low maintenance, you want to see, okay, what are my condo fees that I'm paying for the maintenance of my property? And can I take the money that I would pay them and pay my own professionals to take care of my lawn, to take care of my shrubs, all of those things? You want to be able to weigh those out, because one of the major pros of condos and townhomes is that you don't have, it's low maintenance. You don't have to worry about much. Most things outside of your home are taken care of for you, and you don't have to worry about them. Where single family, not only do you have to take care of the inside of your home, you also have to take care of the outside of your home. One of the other pros with condos are amenities. A lot of times you'll have a condo community that will have more amenities than a single family community. So you might have things like a concierge, or you may have, activities and a workout room, those sorts of things, where you may have less of those options in a single family community. You could find single family with amenities, but sometimes you'll find more in condos and townhomes, depending on where you're living. All right, let's talk about cost. In most areas, the cost to buy a single family home, because you're owning the land that you're on, is going to be more expensive than buying in a condo or a townhome, because you can put more condos on the same amount of land, more townhomes on the same amount of land. So it's less expensive for them to build those types of properties typically. So it is going to be less expensive in general sometimes to buy a condo or a townhome than it is for you to buy a single family home. So that is very important to think about as well. So let's recap. For single family, you're not as close to neighbors, less shared areas. You have more control over your property. You'll probably have more square footage, but some of the cons are higher maintenance, higher cost, and perhaps less amenities. Now let's recap for condos. For condos, they're lower maintenance. You might have the possibility of more amenities. They're typically less expensive than single family. You have shared areas, which may be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you see it. You have less square footage typically in a townhome or a condo. And then my last one is for a condo, you just have less control over your expenses sometimes, because if there's something that needs to happen in a condo, then there might be a special assessment made to all of, for example, say the elevator is no longer working and that's going to be a major expense, then everybody in that association may have to chip in and fix that if they don't have enough reserves, which there are more things like that because you have more shared areas than if you were in a single family HOA community. Okay, so if you are thinking about buying a condo or a townhome, I want you to watch this video next. It's kind of the 5 things I want to make sure that you are aware of before you buy a condo or a townhome. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments.